9 times out of 10, they're overanalyzing the deal. You're putting a really big buffer on that flip. Even if everything goes wrong, you're not going to lose money on it. Like one of the first flips I ever did, my $40,000 budget turned into an $85,000. I still made $800. Don't overthink it. Be extremely conservative in your renovation budgets and just do it.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil. Today, I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to chatting with, Jesse Walters, who is a full-time investor. So really excited to have you here on the show today, Jesse.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching, flipping the market and networking and everything that you're focusing on. So lots to dive into.
Definitely.
First off, for those who are not familiar with you and your work yet, can you share what your main focus is these days?
Yeah, so I'm full-time investing now. We started in 2021 and we've slowly built our rental portfolio. It's kind of like buying one deal a year on the traditional side, and then we slowly ramped up to last year. We purchased about 15 properties in 2025. That about half were rentals we kept and the other half were flips. And yeah, that's my full-time gig now. I have roughly, I think, 18 doors in our portfolio, with a few more pending under contract that should put me closer to 30, I would say, in the next few months.
Amazing. And what markets are you operating this in?
Yeah, I'm in Central Missouri. I live in Columbia, which is home of University of Missouri, college town. We have a few other smaller colleges too. It's a pretty active area. A lot of people moving in and out for the schools. We also have a few hospitals, things like that. So that really keeps our economy growing. And then there's some smaller towns outside of Columbia that I operate into that have really good rent potentials, and I've kind of fallen into that. It works out pretty well for us too.
Awesome. How did you get started as an investor?
It's kind of by accident. So what really sparked it, I think, in the beginning, well, let me back up. I actually flipped a house when I was 18 years old. It was kind of like one and done. I graduated high school in 2008, so it was like right when everything was crashing. And first year in college, 2009, it's like the economy's going down, and here I am getting a college degree. I actually came across a house that I bought it for $14,000 in 2009, and I didn't do anything to it. I just put it on the market. We sold it for $25,000. So I just made a few $1,000s on it and just kind of went on my way. And I went back to college and didn't think about it anymore. It was kind of like, why light bulb didn't go off at that time. I'm like, maybe I should just keep doing this. I didn't. I just went to college and kept going. But fast forward to 2017, my wife got licensed in real estate. I was working in a different job, and she was growing her real estate business in that way, and she got really successful with it over the years. And so in 2021, when rates were super low, things like that, she was helping other investors buy properties, things like that.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
We started doing the math on it. I'm like, this kind of makes sense. Maybe we should be doing this too. And so we bought our first rental in 2021. It was nothing fancy. It was on the market. We put 20% down, like 30-year fixed mortgage. Like we didn't, nothing creative about it. And it cash flowed because it's like a 3 point something interest rate for 30 years, and we just kind of went with it. And then after that, I got the bug. I was like, maybe we should keep doing this. So we bought another rental in 2022, and we bought a fourplex in 2023. And then in 2023, we bought another like condo. And it turned into, it was supposed to be a place for my wife's grandmother to live. And because she was having some health issues, things like that. And then she ended up not moving in there. So I was like, what are we going to do with this thing? I'm like, I can rent it, but it's not going to be great. So I ended up flipping it. It was like an accidental flip. I was like, I put a little money into it, made it nice, and we sold it. And I put 17 grand into it, and then we made 23,000 on it, profit at the end. So I was like, and then it all came back. I'm like, wait a minute, I did this back when I was 18 years old. I'm like, hang on, I can keep doing this and keep going. So, and that's what sparked it from there. That was 2023. 2024, I think I did 4 flips. And then, 2025, I did 7 or 8, but I also purchased 6 or 7 rentals in that process too, that were all not turnkey. We renovated all 15 of those houses last year, and kept going that way. And the rest is history.
Awesome. What are maybe some challenges that you've experienced as an investor that now looking back in hindsight, you have the lesson?
Yeah. I would say one, contractors, like I think a lot of investors have issues with this, but like they always come and go. I used to rely a lot on like those, and now it's like I used to have a guy, I'm like, hey, he's really cheap at doing this. Like if it's like painting a house, like I can get it done for half the price of the normal guy with this person over here. But then all of a sudden he's just gone. Like I can't get a hold of him, no phone call, anything. But when I bought this house, I underwrote it with that cheap paint labor, and now I got to go pay full price to someone else. And so now that was a challenge in the beginning, and now I've gotten to where like I just underwrite it of like, if I'm paying full price for everything, and then if I get it cheaper, great, I go that route. But another obstacle I keep running into is there's a lot of people out there I see a lot in wholesaling, but they're trying to get these deals, make a quick sale, and a quick profit on them, and they're not really looking at the entire situation. Like the biggest one's the families that are living there, either they're tenants or their owners, things like that. They're just trying to get to the next chapter. They might be in a financial situation, or I've had divorces, or like it's a death in the family, things like that. And wholesalers I don't want to blanket all wholesalers. There's good wholesalers out there, but like I've ran into a few, more than not, I'll say that, more than not, in the last few years, that they're just trying to sell it. The owner of the property doesn't actually know what's going on, and then it actually ends up killing the deal, and no one gets it, and they end up in a more worse financial situation, and it's just a bad deal. And I've kind of made a point in the last couple of years where like I'm just trying to get ahead of the wholesalers just so I can get there and talk to them. Cause a lot of what I can do, a lot of those people, so I'm a licensed agent now. So between my wife and I, either I go to them, I never just flat out say, I'm buying your house. This is what I can do. Like, I'm always offering to list it as well. I'm like, hey, I can list it for XYZ or I can buy it at this price. I give them two different options. And a lot of times they just still let me buy it anyway because they're in a financial situation. So uh, I never really lose out on an opportunity there from an investor standpoint, but it at least gives them the options, and I try to see it through and things like that. And the biggest challenge is, yeah, those wholesalers get to it first, and I can never get to the seller to like negotiate with them and try and find out the best path for them. And it just ends up killing the deal. We lose it all anyway.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, what do you feel are some main keys that have made the biggest difference in allowing your business to be able to grow and scale and run smoothly?
I think the biggest thing is networking. Not just like social networking, but also like face-to-face networking, like in our community. That has been huge for us. So of like the 15 deals we bought last year, 7 or 8 of them were not from like paid advertising. Like I did mailers, we did like, um, pay per click, like the Google search, things like that. But like I've had a lot of like even other real estate agents come to me with deals. Um, just people online send me houses. So like, hey, like my neighbor's house is vacant. I've talked to them a little bit, but they're wanting to sell it, things like that. And like, it's all free advertising, but like, and those end up being like the best deals. Cause like you can get in front of the seller, things like that. But like, we put a lot of emphasis on getting to know high performing real estate agents in our area. And then also social networking. So Facebook, Instagram, things like that. I'm kind of a hypocrite to it. I'm not the best at it, but my wife is really good at it, and it's proven itself in that way. And, you know, I think it's preached a lot in this industry of like, you have to put a lot of money in advertising, with mailers, things like that. And you have to kind of weed through all the crap to get there. But like, we've kind of found a way around that in a sense. Like, so we're not in a huge town yet. It's not like a New York or things like that. Like Columbia is like a town of 150,000 people. Not small, but it's not huge either. So you can get to know a lot of people pretty quick, that do most of the deals in our area. And once you kind of get in that and really focus on that, like people just start sending you stuff that's quality leads. And that has been a huge part of our success over the years is like, I mean, they'll call me before it even goes on the market. Like, hey, I got this house. Like, it needs some work. I know this is something you do. I want to offer it to you. They want a quick sale, and I'm going to put it on the market next week. But if you want it, it's yours. So, like, I literally beat everyone to it before, and before it gets in a bidding war or anything like that. So it's been pretty cool to see that come through.
Definitely. Are there specific like networking strategies, or it's just being connected with people in your local area?
Yeah, realtors are kind of the low hanging fruit there. Like they post their cell phone numbers everywhere. Like you can go find their cell phone number in 5 minutes. Like I would just call them, tell them what you're doing. And fortunately for us, we're also agents. So like, we can kind of relate to them in that way, and things like that. We've might have worked with them on a different transaction in the past, things like that. So we've had that kind of warm introduction. And so we kind of have that leg up over a lot of people. But same time, like a realtor, they're just trying to make a sale. Like, as long as they're selling houses, they don't care. Like if you tell them like you're an active buyer, you're wanting to buy multiple homes this year, like they're going to keep you at the top of their list. And as long as you can prove it too. So like if they bring you a house and you pick up your phone, you answer their questions, even if you don't buy it, tell them why you're not buying it and XYZ, they're going to keep calling you. And because like they know you're reliable, you're going to pick up your phone. And when one does come up, you're going to buy it and go. And once you get that rinse repeat, the realtors figure it out and they will just keep calling you with other things. So
Definitely makes sense.
yeah.
What are you most focusing on solving or scaling to next in your business?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, I'm at a weird point in our venture here. So we've been building it for 5 years. Yeah, we're at 18 doors. We put a decent sized deal under contract. It's not huge, but it's actually an old motel in our area. We're going to convert it into an apartment building. It'll be a 10-unit apartment building when we're done. And with that, once that gets completed and we get that stabilized, we're going to have our portfolio at a point where it's where I kind of wanted it to be. Like I wrote down my goals early on of like, I wanted XYZ, things like that. And like, for me, it was never really a number of doors. It was always just like a rent roll, like how much rent's coming in per month. And for me, it was like $30,000. Like if I can get to $30,000 of rent roll, then from there I can start working backwards and start like paying down debt. And like, because once I start paying off those loans, the cash flow starts going way, way up. And then that is going to allow us to, we'll never retire, but it'll allow us to work because we want to, not because we have to. That's kind of our little slogan. We're not relying on commission checks or, things from the realtor side of things. It's like when we have the rent income coming in, even when you take in, vacancy, maintenance, things like that. If I get a rent roll up to 30,000 and start paying things off, that's going to help set us up for a very healthy lifestyle afterwards. And even with, all the things coming up that you can never expect, if I got, or even the things you can't expect, putting a big roof, a roof on 5 of the properties, like it's not gonna be a big deal at the end of the day. So we're getting to that point in 2026. We will be very, very close to hitting it with that hotel deal. So what I'm trying to do is it's working out pretty well. I think in 2026, there's going to be, I think, a lot more deals come online. Just the way the market's going, it's just a lot slower than it was in the last 5 years. And I think there's gonna be a lot more motivation to sell. You're gonna be able to get more deals. I'm gonna be focusing more on the flip side. And the profits from those flips are gonna start going back into the rentals we already own and paying down debts and getting cash flow up to get really lean and mean. And then, in the future, if, rates come down, things like that, if I want to refinance, I just have that flexibility in the future. I can definitely do that and go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. That's exciting to be in that place where you have the
Yeah.
flexibility to do that.
Yeah, I didn't think we would be able to do it in 5 years. We got there a little quicker than I thought, but we really just put the pedal down in 2025, and that got us a huge influx in our portfolio and in flips too. It just got us a lot of experience, and it just goes to show, like I think with that networking, the deals were coming in as we were just able to react and able to buy them. We had a small local bank on board. I was able to get some family friends as private investors, and we just started buying, and it worked out.
Definitely. What's some advice you have for maybe people that are just starting out and looking to also, level up?
Yeah. People starting out, I would just say, I've come across this a lot with people. They'll call me and like ask me things to do. 9 times out of 10, they're overanalyzing the deal. Like if, there's some deals they bring to me, I'm like, I probably wouldn't do that. Don't do that. But like others are like, this is actually a good deal. Like they're just overthinking it. I'm like, hey, like you're doing everything. I'm like, as long as you're putting a really big buffer on that flip, like even if everything goes wrong, like you're not going to lose money on it. Like an example I always give, like one of the first flips I ever did, it was a little bungalow house. It was like built in the early 1900s. I had a renovation budget of $40,000 on it. When we started ripping the floors out, it turned into be like a lot of wood rot, termite damage, things like that. So we had to literally rebuild this thing from the dirt up from the inside out. We had to build a deck inside this house because it was all dirt floors underneath it. There was no concrete foundation or anything. So my $40,000 budget turned into an $85,000 budget at the end of the day. And that deal, I ended up keeping it for 11 months. I was only planning to keep it like 4 or 5. I had 11 months. We went way over budget. I still made $800 on that deal because I just had a huge buffer on the thing. And it's like, so that being said, like, as long as people are doing that, like, don't overthink it. Like, be extremely conservative in your renovation budgets and just do it. Once you get one, you get more comfortable, you keep going. And, that's the biggest hurdle I see a lot of people getting started at. They're worried they're going to lose money on it. I was like, well, then take another 20 grand off and just make the offer. And if you end up buying it and you spend an extra 20 grand, you're right back where you started anyway. So like, or they just say no, you move on to the next deal. So like, I think you just got to start making offers and going for it. For people trying to scale, I think the biggest thing for me was the networking side. If you can get in with some of those high performing agents in your area that just know a lot of deals, they'll start calling you, and you don't have to put a ton of money into marketing thing. Like, I've had people tell me like, yeah, you need to be putting like 10 grand a month to marketing. Well, like, a lot of people don't have 10 grand a month to go to marketing. And so like, if you can do this, like, it's a slower play. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but like, if you can do this consistently, just, for the next few months, and by this time next year, you're going to have people calling you with deals, and they're absolutely free. And like, if the realtor's getting paid on commissions when you buy it, everyone's getting paid at the end of the day, everyone wins. And you get a lean running machine that keeps feeding you leads.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's some great advice. And yeah, it's important for people to just take that action, get started, and yeah, see how things flow from there.
Mhm.
Awesome. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more, where can people find you and connect with you?
Yeah, I'm most active on Instagram. So my little handle is Jesse, JESSE.V, is in like Victor, .Walters. Or you might be able to just search my name, Jesse Walters, but I might pop up. I don't think there's too many of us out there, but yeah, follow me on there, shoot me a message. I'm happy to reach out, or communicate with you. And, I've had a lot of people call or message me too, like, ask me questions. I'm happy to do that. Like, it's fun to do. I'm not a pro. I'm not going to have all the answers, but I'm happy to talk with you about it and just at least give you my opinion, what I would do and what I wouldn't do, or share, mistakes I made, anything like that. So I'm happy to do it.
Perfect. Appreciate your time, your story, your perspective. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And for the listeners tuning in, if you got value, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Jesse who are building real businesses. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.